Hi guys, welcome to this discussion on politics, economics and the world of banking. As promised yesterday, we'll discuss two major institutions to this evening, this afternoon. One would be one would be the World Bank, and the second one would be the International Monetary Fund. So here's our set of questions. As usual, we'll have a set of 25 questions. These questions would be a mix of all politics, economics, and of course the world of business. But importantly, understand that some questions would entail a detailed discussion, and the rest would be touch and go. So here's the first question. Which of the following organizations are referred to as Bretton Woods Twins? Now, what exactly are Bretton Woods Twins? And because we mentioned yesterday that we will discuss this today, so here's the first question I brought this in. Okay, so please write. We'll start with the World Bank and then we'll go to the IMF. We'll discuss the roles and a little more about these organizations than usually we get. Than the usual stuff we get to read. Please write World Bank Group. World Bank Group. World Bank Group. Underline that. First point. Established 1944-45. 1944-45. Second point. Head office. Head office. Washington, DC. Washington, DC. DC. Third point. Major objectives. Major objectives. Major objectives. Dash. Reducing poverty or elimination of poverty. Elimination of poverty. ELIMINATION. Elimination of poverty. And promoting economic prosperity. Promoting economic development. Promoting economic development. Economic development. So these are two major objectives. One is to reduce, poverty, but that's a consequence rather than a goal in itself. Because the consequence, it's more of a, more of an end objective. Now, how is poverty reduced? By bringing in economic development. See, poverty is not a problem technically. Problem, it's more of a symptom. Symptom of what? Lack of economic development, lack of economic welfare. See, it's like fever. Now, when we have fever, we go to a doctor and we tell the doctor, I got fever. And the doctor would ask us some questions like, have you had this in the past? How often do you get, I don't say often, how often do you get fever? Is it a recurring thing? Do you find any burning sensation? Do you experience burning sensation when you pass urine, when you pass motion, vomit? Did you eat out? Now you would wonder sitting there, why is the doctor asking me stupid questions when all I have come here is to get my fever treated? Now the doctor knows that the fever is not a disease. Fever is a symptom. Symptom of what? Something internally wrong. Okay, the fever is a symptom of something internally wrong. So by asking us certain kinds of questions, the doctor would zero in on the problem, would try to look at what caused the fever. What caused the fever? Because fever is outward manifestation of something internally wrong. ये बाहर का ही दिखता है, बाहर की बुखार बीमारी नहीं है, बीमारी अंदर है, उसका एक सिम्टम होता है बुखार. Okay, so by asking all these relevant questions, okay, this A, B, C, okay, put together, he would write some medicines and say, okay, Bharat, you take this medicine, go away. Okay, see me 3 days later if you have fever. So obviously I don't have fever, and I say, okay, I don't have to see the doctor, but it's good to see the doctor and say thank you. God is important, okay, to say thank you. Okay, so remember, fever is not a problem. Something inside is a problem. Similarly, poverty is a symptom of maybe economic neglect, maybe the fact that politicians don't care, the fact that the country is poor for a variety of reasons. So these are the major things. So one is poverty reduction, and the second is promoting economic development, which means promoting economic prosperity. So leave one line space, right? President dash David Malpass, Malpass, David Malpass, in brackets, United States, US. The guy is from US. Next, MD and Chief Financial Officer. MD, Managing Director, and Chief Financial Officer. Pretty powerful post, very powerful. You could say almost as powerful as the president. President's post is. So MD and CFO is Anshula Kant, K-A-N-T, Anshula Kant. You want to know Anshula? You want to see Anshula Kant? Here she is. This is Anshula Kant. Okay, guys. She worked for the SBI. She joined as a probationary officer. So, see, you could go places. If you work hard, learn things that most people don't, that is what is going to make the difference. Yeah. Why do you think I insist so much on reading? I insist so much on, the fact that you today, will have to put in a lot more effort than you should. So people like Anshula Kant didn't sit quietly after getting a PO's post. No. They read, they learned, they did extraordinary things then when most people were comfortable earning a salary and watching TV. Watching TV is not bad, but priorities should be there. The number one priority should be building a future, a better future. Yeah. So I always talk about these things now. So I'll come back to Anshula Kant or the positions. So next one, chief economist. This person has resigned, but the new person has not come in yet. So we'll just take her name. Chief economist, Economist. Chief economist dash Penny, Penny, Penny Goldberg, Goldberg. I repeat, Goldberg. She's from the US. Anshula Kant is from India, of course. Yeah. This Penny Goldberg has resigned, my friend. She has resigned and she wants to go. She's a professor actually. She wants to go back to teaching. Teaching is such a joy, So, these are the top guys at the World Bank. So now leave one line space, right? The World Bank Group. You write this. The World Bank Group comprises comprises five organizations. Underline that. Okay, now below that, one. मैं स्टोरी पूरी बताऊंगा, आप पहले लिखिए. IBRD, we'll write the short name first, okay? IBRD dash International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Dash लेंड्स, LENDS, लेंड्स पैसा उधार देना, किसको देते हैं? लेंड्स टू मिडिल इनकम, MIDDLE, मिडिल इनकम एंड क्रेडिट वर्दी, CREDIT hyphen WORTHY, credit worthy low income countries, low income countries means countries could be poor, I mean their incomes could be small today, but they are reliable. That the fact that they would be repaying their money is a very big sign in today's world, my friends. So number 2 is यहाँ पे लिखा है, नहीं है यहाँ पे, हाँ है ना, चॉइस 4 में देखिए, IDA शॉर्ट फॉर्म, IDA dash International Development Association, dash provides, PROVIDES, provides interest free loans, LOANS, loans to poor countries, the poorest countries, you could say, the poorest countries, not poor countries, the poorest countries. The poorest could be Central African Republic, you have Yemen, you have Somalia. We mentioned these 3 yesterday, when we were talking about the hunger index. So you have plenty of poor countries. You have Chad, CHAD, you have Congo Brazzaville. I mean, they're all in, most of them is in Africa. Then we have countries like we have a lot of other countries in the world as well, but importantly these are the poorer ones. Okay, these are the poorer ones. So let's go beyond this and let's have a look at the third one. Okay, right. IFC, International Finance Corporation, IFC dash International Finance Corporation, dash private investment arm, ARM, private investment arm of the World Bank Group, dash private investment arm of the World Bank Group, dash invest, INVESTS, invest in private sector companies, dash continue there, dash without grammar. Okay, promotes free flow of capital between nations. So this is a company that invests in other things. There are a lot of other things that these organizations do, but what I have done is I have to cut the lot of access that is out, and I brought in the core ideas into our notebook. Okay, so Bharti Airtel में इन्होंने invest किया है, IFC ने. So एक दो और Indian companies हैं, they have invested. They have invested in Facebook also. So they have invested in a lot of companies which they believe will generate returns for them. Next, fourth organization, MEGA, MEGA dash multilateral multilateral investment guarantee, multilateral investment guarantee agency, dash, created in 1988 to promote FDI, that is foreign direct investment, direct or one say, into developing countries to support economic growth, reduce poverty, and improve people's lives, lives, full stop. Next point. MEGA does this. MEGA does this by offering political risk insurance, political POLITICAL, political risk insurance, in bracket, guarantees, GUARANTEES, guarantees to investors and lenders. मैं explain करता हूँ. Okay. Number 3, third point. Insurance is provided against terrorism, 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 comma, war, WAR, or civil unrest, civil unrest, UNREST, civil unrest. Okay, that's one. So war, guarantees or insurance is provided against terrorism and all that. Terrorism, war and civil unrest. Okay, that's one. Number 2, expropriation, EX, guarantee is also provided against expropriation, EX, PRI, मैं लिखता हूँ EX, लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, EX, PROPI, I'm so sorry, EX, PROPIA, expropriation, expropriation, okay, expropriation. And the third one, and breach of contract, Okay, last point. Expropriation, EXPROPRIATION, expropriation means taking over the foreign investors, foreign investor apostrophe s, foreign investors, assets and investments by the government, Next point, breach of contract could be done by either local investment partners, by either local investment partners, or by the local government, See, insurance is required. As I told you yesterday, insurance is very important. मैं आपको एक एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. मैंने कल दिया नहीं था, लेकिन let me give this example. See, you know the Wimbledon tennis tournament. It is normally held in June, July. Okay, it's a grass court tournament, considered the tournament among all tennis tournaments, the best, the highest rank, the most prestigious. There are 4 Grand Prix now: Australian Open, French Open. Australian Open is played on hard clay, sometimes hard court or hard grass. Then you have French Open is played on a clay court. This is on the grass court. That is, Wimbledon is on the grass court, and US Open again is a hard surface. Ever since SARS happened, severe acute respiratory syndrome illness happened in the last decade, Wimbledon Championship, the organization that runs Wimbledon, that holds Wimbledon tournament, took out an insurance of the cancellation, the possibility that the tournament could be cancelled because of a pandemic. So they took out the insurance. Every year the premium was $2 million. How much? $2 million. Okay, 1 million में 10 लाख होते हैं, तो $20 लाख का प्रीमियम था इनका. ठीक है, तकरीबन हो गया 15 करोड़ रुपए, मान के चलते 15 करोड़ रुपए. तो आप चलिए अभी सुनिए. तो what they did was, this year they cancelled the tournament. All these years they never cancelled the tournament, but this year they had to cancel the tournament. So because this is a genuine occasion, because the insurance company could also see that nothing would happen, they had to pay how much? $144 million to Wimbledon tournament authorities. How much? $144 million. $144 million. Foresight, it's called foresight. Hoga कि नहीं, हो सकता है, that's how it works. Okay, so MEGA provides, it provides guarantees, multilateral, what is saying, investment guarantees. So if you are an investor in, let's say you want to invest in Libya has civil war, so your investment is at risk. So these guys say that, okay, you go forward, we can insure this. If something goes wrong, we'll reimburse that stuff. Means they will provide insurance basically. So they provide insurance against terrorism, against breach of contract by the local government or the company, the local investor, or expropriation. Now expropriation, हमने कहा कि this is where assets or investment is taken over by the local government. I'll give you an example. 2 examples देता हूँ आपको मैं. ये आपका for example एक example लेते हैं. This country called Ecuador. You must have heard of Ecuador. ECUADOR, Ecuador. Ecuador is a country in South America. So this country invited a lot of companies to invest in their oil sector, hydrocarbon sector. It is a long coastline also, Pacific coastline. So they came, American companies like Occidental Petroleum came. Fine, one fine morning, the guys in the government woke up and said, this contract with, Occidental Petroleum is cancelled. The contract was worth was worth a lot of money. Occidental Insurance Petroleum had invested a lot of money, hundreds of billions of dollars. So Occidental Insurance revoked. They went to another organization. I'll come back to that organization in a while. So insurance, they finally got $2.4 billion. This example is valid in the case of another organization that will come after this now. So all kinds of guarantees are given. Today everything is covered, my friends. Everything is covered. Okay. So बरसात होगी, बरसात नहीं होगी. There is a 50% chance normally, isn't it? So लोग इसके लिए भी bet मारते हैं. Like cricket booking, bookies होते हैं. जैसे कि इस बॉल पे 1 रन होगा, there is a bet on that. इस बॉल पे 0 रन होगा, bet. 4 होगा, अगले 4 गेंदों में 1 भी नहीं रन बनेगा. All kinds of bets happen. So these are all work on probabilities basically. So in any case, MIGA gives this kind of guarantee. In Venezuela, the government of Venezuela took over the investments of private companies, my friends. American companies, British companies had invested in the oil sector in Venezuela. Venezuela has the largest reserves of petroleum in the world, largest as of today. तो काफी companies आई invest किया पैसा. One fine morning, the president of Venezuela in those days, Hugo Chavez, Hugo Chavez, Chavez. He said that I'm nationalizing all private sector companies. He nationalized all private sector petroleum companies, and they were turned into a national company called PDVSA. Forget about it, PDVSA. Okay, so all those companies lost hundreds of millions of dollars. And unfortunately for Hugo Chavez, that did not result in any good thing for him, because the best technology extraction, oil energy technology, extraction technology is with the companies that invested money, not with the Venezuelan government. So today the Venezuelan government is barely able to pump out anything. So these things have their own consequences. Nobody is willing to come and invest in Venezuela because the government could do anything anytime, isn't it? So why, I'll give you an example. You see, West Bengal, why would people not invest in West Bengal? आज की बात नहीं है, between 1977 and 2011, the communists ruled West Bengal for a long time, 34 years. They are leftist. Now this Mamata Banerjee government is more leftist than the leftist actually. So in those days it was fashionable, to go on strike all the time. Laborers could go on strike all the time, anytime actually. So a lot of companies moved out of Bengal because they could not bear the losses, because of a lockout, because of a strike, because of a sudden hartal. So things were very bad in Bengal, and that's the reason why Bengal had lagged behind in industrial development, because to a large extent the communists promoted labor trade unions basically. So companies had invested hundreds of millions of dollars, but they had to move out. In any case, we have the World Bank and the fifth organization, right? So we mentioned IBRD, we mentioned IDA, we mentioned IFC and MIGA, and the fifth one, please write. ICSID, ICSID, dash, International Center for settlement of investment disputes. International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. What does it do? You write this. Helps settle disputes disputes, especially of a commercial nature, especially of a commercial nature, between countries, between countries or between countries and companies. So when Ecuador, the previous example, let's say, when Ecuador said, "Yeah, we have, you Occidental insurance contract is cancelled. Occidental Petroleum Company's contract is cancelled." So Occidental Petroleum went to ICSID, and ICSID ruled in favor of Occidental Petroleum. They asked the Ecuadorian government, "You have to pay $1.8 billion. How much? $1.8 billion. And not just that, they said, you will also have to pay for, and you also have to pay another $569 million. That's come to about rough figure, $2.4 billion. Another, 2.4, total of $2.4 billion was the bill that, Ecuadorian government had to pay to the American petroleum company called Occidental Petroleum, because they reneged, they broke the contract. They did not fulfill the contract. Because they breached the contract. In any business, contract is sacred. It is sacred, my friends. See, when you come into, when you pay the fee, you expect us to take care of you, isn't it? That is the contract. That is a contract. As an employee of time, my contract is to be honest, faithful, to my work. That's a contract. That's nothing else. It's not always about money. Is it always about money? Not really. Yeah. So that's what the World Bank does. It lends money, okay? But remember, when it lends money, it expects the money to be paid back. That's why creditworthiness is very, very important. So all the money that is, last will here, the World Bank generally funds, the World Bank generally funds projects that promote economic development. ठीक है, चलिए ये हो गया वर्ल्ड बैंक. ओके, एक और लिखते हैं. all the funds of the World Bank, are contributed by its 189 members. Generally 189 members हैं, IBRD में, IDA में 179 है, but take 183 members overall, 183 members. So the money comes from all this, but typically the biggest chunk is provided by the United States. Okay, so leave online space, right? If the World Bank's objective is to promote development, reduce poverty, yeah, what is IMF's work? Leave online space, right? The International Monetary Fund. The International Monetary Fund. You see, this is the logo of the IMF. Yeah. So technically, in the World Bank, IBRD and IDA is the World Bank group. Remember this. Okay, this is the World Bank. The World Bank comprises IBRD and IDA. World Bank group includes IFC, MIGA, ICSID and also. So, International Monetary Fund. Okay, लिखिए अभी. Underline that. First point. Established 1944-45. Established 1944-45. Established 1944-45. Second point. Head office Washington DC. Head office Washington DC. Washington DC. Washington DC. Washington DC. Next, third point, मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव। हाँ नहीं एक काम करते हैं, इनके पहले नाम लिख लेते हैं कि कौन कौन हेड्स हैं, फिर उसके बाद मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव लिखते हैं। लिखिए, राइट। MD, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, they have an MD, managing director, dash, what's her name? Kristalina Georgieva, Kristalina, 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 Kristalina Georgieva, 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 in brackets Bulgaria, 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 Bulgaria. Next, chief economist, what's her name? An Indian American, Geeta Gopinath. Next, because the World Bank and the IMF, because the World Bank and the IMF were born, born in the same conference, at Bretton Woods era, Bretton Woods, Bretton Woods, Bretton Woods. Okay, in brackets US. It's actually a village. It's a small town. Okay, Bretton Woods on the Hampshire, New Hampshire area. Bretton Woods. In 1944, comma, they are called Bretton Woods Twins. Because they were born in the same conference, they are called Judwa. Bretton Woods ke Judwa, Bretton Woods Twins. That's it, nothing else. Okay? Next, objective. IMF objective. The most important objective. See, they talk of monetary policy, free flow of money, capital, everything is fine. But I'm going to tell you the most important thing they do. Okay? Why it was first created? Right? To help a country overcome, overcome balance of payments crisis, 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 balance of payments crisis. ये क्या चीज है? Okay, underline balance of payments crisis. Pull it down arrow, right? Arises, arises when a country does not have adequate foreign exchange, sufficient or adequate foreign exchange reserves. Adequate foreign exchange reserves to pay its loans, to pay its loans, and for its imports, for its imports. In 1991, India had this problem. We didn't have enough money, so we went to the IMF and asked for paisa nahi hai, please give us money. So that is when they lent us money. So we had this problem where we did not have enough to pay for our imports and everything else. Okay, that's precisely what the IMF does. Recently the Pakistanis went to the IMF and IMF refused to give money unless they do some changes in their economic structure. Greece has had that problem, so did Argentina. A lot of countries in the world have these problems, and things will get worse this year. Yeah, they will get pretty worse, my friends. If you have a job, keep the job. However bad it is, keep the job. Don't resign. Okay. So, because jobs will be hard to come by in the next few months, so please keep the job. I think that's enough. Yeah. भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था के बारे में बात करेंगे one of these sessions in this week, maybe next week or sometime. Let's see how things work out, because I built this question with this set of questions. That's it. Originally it wasn't there. What my colleague sent me wasn't there. I just pushed this in, nothing else. Okay, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Hey, you guys have any questions on these things? Please get back with to us with your questions. This is Anshula Kant, the MD and CFO of the World Bank, my friends. Okay, this is the only photo where I found she wore a Western style jacket and all that, but usually she's clad in saris. Okay, here's this regular set of questions. Indian actor Deepika Padukone is one of the 4 winners of the 26th Crystal Award instituted by the World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. We are taking notes on this, guys. So nothing now. World Economic Forum. Okay. Just one line. Dash. Founded by Klaus Schwab. Klaus. K-L-A-U-S. Klaus Schwab, S-C-H-A-W-B. In some places you will find S-C-H-W-A-B. Both are fine. Chill. Okay. Should you know about यूनेस्को बिल एंड मिलिंडा hey यहाँ पे देखिए आपने अपने बिल एंड मिलिंडा गेट्स है. बिल गेट्स का फाउंडेशन है. हिज वाइफ इज मिलिंडा. बिल, रिमेंबर, बिल इज अ निकनेम ऑफ ए गाय कॉल्ड विलियम. अगर किसी का नाम बिल है तो उनका एक्चुअल नाम है विलियम. बिल इज अ निकनेम. जैसे हम मनु बोलते हैं, मनोज को, मनोहर को मनु कहते हैं. Indians don't use full names. Normally we don't. Yeah. So similarly, in the West also they have nicknames. They have popular names. Like Bill is the popular name of William. Like Bob is for Robert. Okay. Eliza is for Elizabeth. Just like that. Joe is for Joseph. So Bill is William. So Bill Clinton is William Clinton. Bill Gates is William Gates. Which state has launched the Yodovu mobile application for curbing drug menace? Kerala. Yeah, it's mentioned. Kerala. Yeah, Kerala. We have had this major problem in Punjab and Kerala. Drug addiction is a major problem, my friends. It's a huge problem in North Kerala and Punjab. Two major areas. So North Kerala, because of the socio-economic structure also, this is one of the fundamental reasons why things go bad sometimes. Okay, some other time I'll tell you the stories, but because we don't have enough time, we spent 40 minutes on the World Bank group, my friends. Which union ministry has launched the Operation Green scheme to stabilize the supply of tomato, onion, say that? Onion, yeah. जैसा बनियन होता है वैसे अनियन होता है. टोमेटो, अनियन, पोटैटो, टोमाटो. How do you pronounce that word? Tomato. So look, I do this for fun, okay, but that's the real pronunciation. Tomato, onion, potato. So this is top. This is the top thing, and the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, because these are used like chips, sauces, all basically food processing stuff. A lot of this stuff. Three major things in food processing. Okay, but इनके ministers कौन है? Food processing minister is Harsimrat Kaur. Yes, right. Harsimrat Kaur. H-A-R. I repeat, H-A-R-S-I-M-R-A-T. Harsimrat Kaur. K-A-U-R. Kaur. Harsimrat Kaur. K-A-U-R. Harsimrat Kaur. Agriculture, it should be agriculture and farmers welfare. Agriculture and farmers welfare, my friends. It should be agriculture and farmers welfare. Agriculture and farmers welfare. And that would be Narendra Singh Tomar. Narendra Tomar. Not Singh. Narendra Tomar. T-O-M-A-R. Narendra Tomar. You know, Ministry of Finance is held by Nirmala Sitharaman. Ministry of Home Affairs is headed by Amit Shah. And Ministry of Science and Technology is headed by Dr. Harshvardhan. He also holds two other ministries, but some other time. Okay. Ministry of Science and Technology, Harshvardhan. Which airport has launched the world's largest airport-based temperature-controlled facility for the processing and storage of agro and pharma products? Chhatrapati Shivaji, which is in Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport is in Mumbai. It's in Mumbai. Rajiv Gandhi International Airport is in my city, Hyderabad. Indira Gandhi International Airport is in Delhi. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Airport is in Ahmedabad. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Airport is in Calcutta. It is in Calcutta. Yeah. Which is the first non-life insurer to issue policies using the WhatsApp chatbot? Bharti AXA. We discussed insurance companies in the past. We took their CEOs. We took the FDI. We discussed the FDI part also. Yeah, and we discussed where these companies come from. So let's avoid a repeat. India's first protein day was observed Feb 27. What is protein day? Because see, Indians normally don't take the intake of protein in our diet is very low, very low. हम कार्बोहाइड्रेट ज़्यादा खाते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा खाते हैं, बट प्रोटीन बहुत कम खाते हैं. दालों में प्रोटीन होता है, you know, wheat and all, but we generally don't eat much of protein. Meats, egg, milk, बहुत कम होता है. So the government of India launched this protein day, and the theme for 2020, you could write this, theme for 2020 protein day was protein में क्या है? प्रोटीन में क्या है? नाइस ना? प्रोटीन में क्या है? प्रोटीन में क्या है? ओके, प्रोटीन में क्या है? नेक्स्ट March 27th, write this. March 27th, Theatre Day. Theatre, T-H-E-A-T-R-E, T-H-E-A-T-R-E, Theatre Day. Theatre Day. Theatre Day. थिएटर कहते हैं, थिएटर है कि नहीं? थिएटर, हाँ. So, one thing. हम कहते हैं कि थिएटर गए, फिल्में देखने सिनेमा जाते हैं. Remember, the place where films are exhibited is called cinema. The place where dramas are played is called theatre. Okay? Theatre is for dramas, plays, natak, और सिनेमा इज फॉर फिल्म्स, मूवीज इसलिए कहते हैं कि मोशन पिक्चर, उसमें पिक्चर्स कैरेक्टर्स मूव. क्यों? बिफोर 19 1913, they used to be stationed in one place, kind of thing. So April 25th, Malaria Day, World Malaria Day, World Malaria Day. Oh, malaria kills lakhs of people every year, lakhs of people, my friends. In fact, malaria kills more people than the entire coronavirus pandemic told. Yeah, in fact, and malaria kills this number every year. This number every year. Okay, and malaria spreads through plasmodium. Basically, it's air. So you have April 25th Malaria Day. Feb 28th is National Science Day. National Science Day. ये तो repeat है. National Science Day. और जून 12 जो है ये है एंटी चाइल्ड लेबर डे. एंटी चाइल्ड लेबर डे. एंटी चाइल्ड लेबर डे. एंटी चाइल्ड लेबर डे. Okay, guys, what article of the Constitution of India deals with child labor? Basically, not exactly child labor, but articles 23 and 24 deal with the fundamental right against exploitation. Articles 23 and 24, right against exploitation, which is a fundamental right. This includes provision of a ban on child labor. Who is the present Secretary General of the UN? आपका फोटो भी है यहाँ पे. Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres, my friends, he is from Portugal. He is from Portugal. ईसा लबेरा कौन है? देखिए चॉइस 1 में है. He is the Secretary General of SAARC. 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 You know the full form of SAARC, don't you? Yeah. SAARC. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Next, Rafael Grossi. Hey, by the way, Isala Birakun is from Sri Lanka. He is from Sri Lanka. Rafael Grossi. He is from Argentina and he is the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency. International Atomic Energy Agency. International Atomic Energy Agency. Okay. Next. Roberto Azevedo, Brazil, Director General of World Trade Organization. Director General of World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization. Director General of World Trade Organization. चॉइस 5 देखिए. व्लादिमीर नोरोफ. आप हैं उज्बेकिस्तान से. उज्बेकिस्तान. UZBEK. I repeat. UZBEKISTAN. Uzbekistan. He is head of what's this name? Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Next. Which state organizes the chili festival? Mirch. Madhya Pradesh. Though it's not the largest. Which is the largest producer of chili in India? Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh is the largest producer of chili. Andhra Pradesh. Second is Karnataka. AP. Right. Top 3 chili producers. Top 3 chili producers. Top 3. 1. Andhra Pradesh. 2. Karnataka. 3. Maharashtra. Next. Top 3 global chili producers. Top 3 global chili producers. एक जमाने में इंडिया होता था, अभी तो नहीं है. राइट. 1. China. 2. Mexico. 3. Turkey. So China, Mexico, Turkey, top 3. ठीक है, चलिए. वैसे Chile is not from India. Chile is from Central America, Mexico. Who in the following is head of the committee constituted by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India to look into the issue of indemnity-based health insurance products for life insurance companies? Nothing to discuss here. M.R. Kumar. M.R. Kumar is the chairman of LIC. Chairman of LIC. M.R. Kumar is the chairman of LIC. आप देखिए choice 2. He is the MD of LIC, Life Insurance Corporation. Sushil, not Sushil. Sushil वही है. Subhash Chandra Khuntia is IRDAI CEO, chairman, IRDA chairman, Subhash Chandra Khuntia. Girish Radhakrishnan, chairman of United India Insurance. Chairman of United India Insurance. Rajkumar Rai, CEO of Union Bank of India. Union Bank of India. So choice 5, Union Bank of India. Choice 4, United Insurance Group, United Insurance Corporation. SC Kuntia, Subhash Chandra Kuntia is from IRDI. Sushil Kumar is the MD of LIC. MR Kumar is the chairman of LIC, which has become India's first state to provide free and cashless medical insurance premium to all people of the state. Maharashtra. I don't know how it's feasible, but Maharashtra is doing it. Who is the CM of Maharashtra? Uddhav Thackeray. We know the CMs of all except Haryana. Hey, Haryana. Haryana CM is Manohar Lal Khattar. Manohar Lal Khattar. 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 Manohar Lal Khattar. With which country has India signed a defense deal for SWATHI weapon locating radar? Hey, you look at this. Armenia. Armenia. ये मैप में जो भारत का नक्शा जो है is not. I have taken it from Wikipedia. That's the only thing we can see. This they have not shown India. China occupied Kashmir, Ladakh, and they have not shown Pakistan occupied Ladakh and J&K. Okay, but here this is Armenia. ये है ईरान. Okay, ये Armenia. यहाँ पे basically आप देखिए ये है Caspian Sea. Okay, this is Caspian Sea. This is Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. Okay. So एक जस्ट लाइन लिखिए अर्मीनिया के बारे में. अर्मीनिया के बारे में, किसी और के बारे में नहीं लिखेंगे, सिर्फ अर्मीनिया के बारे में लिखेंगे. Armenia dash the capital is Yerevan. 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 Yerevan dash. Who's the leader? Nikol. 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 Pashinyan. P-A-S-H. I repeat. P-A-S-H-I-N-Y-A-N. Pashinyan. Nikol Pashinyan. He's the Prime Minister. What's the currency? Dram. D-R-A-M. Dram. Dram. बहुत छोटा देश है. Okay. Or underline Armenia. Pull it down arrow. Write 2 points. First point. World's oldest Christian country. World's oldest Christian country. World's oldest Christian country. The king here declared around 400 AD, about 1600 years back, he declared Christianity to be the state religion. उस वक्त. And second one, has an ongoing dispute. Has an ongoing dispute. It's been a long dispute, my friends. Has an ongoing dispute with Azerbaijan. A-Z, I repeat, A-Z-E-R-B-A-I-J-A-N. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. Over the enclave, 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 enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh. I'll spell it. NAGORNO. I repeat, NAGORNO, Nagorno hyphen Karabakh, KARABAKH, Nagorno Karabakh. See, ये Nagorno Karabakh जो है, it is located in Azerbaijan. Okay, ये है Azerbaijan में, इसमें, इस देश में. But majority of population is Armenian, of Armenian origin. So Armenia says it's ours, whereas Azerbaijan says no, it's not territory, so it's ours. And they've been fighting over this since 1991. Why 91? Because these two were parts of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR. उस वक्त USSR का breakup हो गया. When breakup means not relationship. When the country broke up, okay, all these 15 states became 15 independent countries. So Armenia and Azerbaijan were two such countries. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Who of the following is head of the expert group set up to recommend strategies and measures to increase farm productivity and to boost exports? Nonsense, Sanjeev Puri. You know who is this guy? He is the chairman and CEO of ITC. Yes, ITC. You could write chairman and CEO of ITC. ITC is a huge company. Last year's turnover was 53,000 crore. 53,000 crore. Not an ordinary company. They own a lot of brands. They are into hospitality. They own luxury chain called Welcome Group. They own business hotels called Fortune Hotels. They own leisure properties like Heritage Hotels. Brand is called Heritage. They own apparel, John Players. They own kitchen stuff, Ashirwad, Sunfeast, Mangaldeep Agarbatti. They are into matchboxes. They are into what we say, Kitchens of India, which is a food brand just like Ashirwad, Sunfeast. They are into foods like Natural, which is a fruit juice brand. They are into a lot of things. Cigarettes, how did I forget that? Cigarettes, yes. Gold Flake Classic, all that stuff is made by Wills, is made by them. All these brands are made by them. So it's a huge company, my friends. Expressions, greeting cards. Okay. नरेंद्र सिंह तोमर जो हैं, ये है क्या नाम है इनका? ये तो मिनिस्टर अभी लिखा था हमने, एग्रीकल्चर एंड फार्मर्स वेलफेयर. MS Swaminathan, father of India's Green Revolution. चक्रवर्ती रंगराजन जो सी रंगराजन है, he is ex RBI governor. Don't write ex RBI governor. He headed a finance commission also. Mohit Malhotra is the CEO of Dabur, DABUR. When you say Dabur, it comes from two separate words. Da for doctor. Bur for Burman. So this is born in the eastern part, in Calcutta and all. So you see Dr. Saab, typically Hindi, Dr. Saab. So Dr. Burman became Dabur. Okay, this is the guy who founded the company. So, which union ministry has launched the CARO 2020, Ministry of Corporate Affairs? You could write this. CARO is companies, auditors, companies, 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 auditors, AUDITOR', auditors, report order, companies, auditors, report order, dash new format of statutory audit, STATUTORY, STATUTORY, statutory audit, AUDIT, audit of companies. So who's the Minister of Railways? The same guy who holds the second numbered ministry. Minister of Commerce and Industry and Ministry of Railways are both headed by Piyush Goyal. Yeah. The other ones we have mentioned already. Which state has ordered the destruction of the cultivation centers of exotic Thai mangur fish? Hey, it's Maharashtra. I read it's only because they are cultivated in extremely unhygienic conditions. बहुत अनहाइजीनिक कंडीशंस में इनके कल्चर होता है, इनको कल्टिवेट किया जाता है, इसलिए now the government has said they should destroy all these centers. That's it. There's no other reason. Okay. You know, there is something called Bombay duck. You know, it's a kind of fish. Bombay duck is a kind of fish. Yeah. So I think we know about all this. What revolution in India is associated with fish cultivation, fish production? It is blue revolution. Green is for agriculture, food grain production. Blue revolution is for fish production, increasing the fish production. Which organization has released the first edition? This is a repeat question. First edition of the Land Records and Services Index. LRSI is Land Records and Services Index. N stands for the organization here, NCAER, which is National Council for Applied Economic Research. I repeat, National Council for Applied Economic Research. इन सब के बारे में हम जानते हैं. So we will not discuss CCMB if you don't know. It's in Hyderabad, which is the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. The Center for cellular and molecular biology. Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. Hyderabad में. NGRI, National Geophysical Research Institute. Next. Name the mobile application launched by SEBI for grievance redressal, for problems resolution. Scores. S for SEBI. Okay, you write this. Scores. S for SEBI. CO for complaint. RE for redress. RED यहाँ पे लिखा है, redress. S for system. So SEBI Complaints Redress System. Simple, na? Yes. Who's the SEBI chairman? Ajay Tyagi. Hey, we discussed this multiple times. IFSC. Which of the following is wrong with respect to the IFSC? IFSC is Indian Financial System Code. Yes. The code contains numbers only. No. It's an alphanumeric code. It's 11 letters, alphanumeric. All the bank branches of particular bank have the same IFSC code. No, that is disaster, isn't it? Yeah, it has separate. So it is used by NEFT. Yes. So choices 2 and 3 are incorrect. It is an alphanumeric code, and each branch has a separate IFSC code. The book Savarkar, Echoes from a Forgotten Past, has been authored by Vikram Sampath. Who's Savarkar? Veer Savarkar. When was he born? 1883, and he died in 1966, if I'm not wrong. Those are the numbers. Yeah, those are the years. Yes. Born 1883, Veer Savarkar dash born 1883, comma died 1966 dash co-accused in Mahatma Gandhi assassination case, co-accused in Mahatma Gandhi assassination case, assassination, ASSI nation, NATION, assassination. Assassination, dash jailed in cellular jail, CELLULAR, cellular jail, comma Port Blair dash author of the Indian War of Independence, the Indian War of Independence, in brackets based on the Indian War of Independence in brackets based on 1857 war. So, in fact, the Port Blair is named after this person. It's called Veer Savarkar Airport. Very controversial person. Very controversial. So, it's okay. What about this guy here? Suket Mehta. Oh, he is the author of. I have this book. Maximum City. Right. Maximum City. Maximum City. इसको कहते हैं colon. Era colon. 2 dots. No space. Maximum City. Y के बाद colon dash space. Bombay lost and found. Bombay lost and found. Choice 2. Amish Tripathi is author of many books. Immortals of Meluha. Immortals. IMMORTALS. Immortals of Meluha. 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 I have never read. Amish Tripathi. Immortals of Meluha. Rohinton Mistry. He is one of my favorite writers. Rohinton Mistry is famous for 4 of his works. For all 4, in fact, 3 are novels. One is a collection of short stories. You could write one novel's name. Such a long journey. Such a long journey. Very good writer. Born Indian, moved to Canada long back and is settled there. Fabulous guy. You should read. Choice 5. Sanjeev Sanyal. He is an economist and historian. He is a lot rolled into one. Currently, principal economic advisor. Currently, principal economic advisor in the Ministry of Finance. You want to write his books? One of his books. He has written multiple books. Here is one book. This is called, what is it? Land of the Seven Rivers. Fabulous book. Land of the Seven Rivers. Okay. So this is what the rivers he talks about. Saraswati, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Narmada, Krishna, Kaveri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Indus. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm so sorry. Fabulous. This is a 2012 book. Yeah, that's the year I bought. I normally write the year in which I buy books. Yeah, these are the kinds of books we should all read. He's written extensively on this. Yeah, very good, my friends. You should all read. And yesterday in one of these sessions, I mentioned Frederick Engels, isn't it? Did I mention? And I said there is a very fat book. This is Frederick Engels. You see this? You know, very scary guy. Yeah, he looks scary. And his life and work, it's a very, very fat volume. You know, very big book also. Oh my God. It's all communism and all that. Don't read all this stuff, okay? Read comics, read people like Sanya. A lot of perspective to bring to us. So, in any case, which of the following statements are true with respect to the real-time? Oh, it's the RTGS system. The first one RTGS stands for real-time gross settlement. It's a continuous settlement of funds transfers individually on order-by-order basis. The minimum amount to be remitted means send. Okay. MIT, always remember this. ये जो यहाँ पे लिखा है MIT, MIT, MIS, MIS और MET. ये तीनों और MES. ये चारों के मतलब एक ही होता है टू सेंड मिसाइल MIS, मैसेंजर MES, ओके, मैसेज. सो ये देखिए, द मिनिमम अमाउंट टू बी रेमिटेड थ्रू RTGS इज ₹2 lakh. देयर इज नो अपर सीलिंग फॉर RTGS. ऑल ऑफ द अबव आर true, my friends. Yes. What are GDRs? Hey, we discussed this in great detail. We discussed ADR and GDR, Global Depository Receipt. So we will not repeat. Which company or space agency owns multi-satellite? Hundreds of satellites are a part of the Starlink internet services. The answer is, I think everything is in bold by mistake. Its answer is one. Answer is one. SpaceX. Who owns SpaceX? You could write this. SpaceX. C. Founded by Elon Musk, ELON, Elon Musk, M-U-S-K, Elon Musk. You know, he is the CEO of which other company? Tesla. He is also the CEO of Tesla, TESLA, electric car company. It's in a lot of other things as well. Okay. He also is the head of another company. What is that? The Boring Company, BORING. नाम ऐसा है, BORING. So 3 companies. SpaceX, X stands for exploration. Okay, Space Exploration Company, Tesla, electric car company, and what is that? Third one we mentioned, Boring Company. The Boring, BORING, Boring Company. ये बोर होने वाला बोरिंग कंपनी नहीं है. बोर मीन्स बोर करना, अर्थ में, धरती में बोर करना, होल करना. Okay, these guys are looking at building a tunnel below the city of Los Angeles to expedite travel, so that people could escape traffic jams. They are coming up with a model. Hey, read, you will get all these weird things in your head. What is the full form of NASA? National Space and Aeronautics Administration. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. You could write this. National Aeronautics, AERONAUTICS. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Space Administration. Some people call it agency also. Space Administration. JAXA, my friends, is Japanese, right? Japanese Aerospace, AEROSPACE, Aerospace Exploration Agency. Fourth one, European Space Agency. ISRO is our own ISRO. Indian Space Research Organization. Next, Which country has launched a special commemorative stamp on the theme of Ramayana to mark the 70th anniversary of the establishment of its diplomatic ties with India? Indonesia. Indonesia, as I told you in the past, Indonesia was once a Hindu and Buddhist country, my friends, and deep linkages with Hindu culture. Indonesia is the world's largest, that is the world's most populous Muslim country, but has a great Hindu past. And that's the reason why they celebrate, it's a part of their culture, Ramayana, Mahabharata, So Indonesia, I think we discussed this in great detail, all of these countries, not much to discuss for us. Which of the following is not a negotiable instrument? Which is not a negotiable instrument? Money order is not a negotiable. You can't negotiate with money. Money order is what you send home. You send money to someone, you can't negotiate with that. It is someone else's property. It is typically sent through the post office. Check is a promissory note, negotiable instrument, money. All this could be exchanged. They can be discounted, but money order cannot be discounted also. What's the capital of Lesotho? Oh, Lesotho is a country. मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले आपको एक word use किया था, enclave. ENCLAVE, enclave. What's an enclave? An enclave is one territory that is surrounded on all sides by another territory. ये देखिए यहाँ पे, ये है Lesotho. ये छोटा सा देश है, ये है South Africa. This is South Africa and this is Lesotho. Lesotho is an enclave. ENCLAVE. It's a French word pronounced enclave. Say that, enclave. ठीक है? So remember, enclave. लिखिए क्या घाटा क्या? ENCLAVE, enclave. ENCLAVE, enclave dash a territory surrounded by another territory on all sides. But the same territory, another same territory on all sides. ये देखिए, ये है लेसोथो. ठीक है? What's the capital of Lesotho? What is mentioned here? Maseru. What is it? Maseru. ये साउथ अफ्रीका है और आप देखिए ये स्वाजीलैंड. दिस इज रन बाय ए किंग कॉल्ड मस्वाती द 13th. अभी इसका नाम भी बदल दिया. स्वाटिनी. यू कुड राइट दिस स्वाटिनी. MS, मैं बोलता हूँ आपको, MSWATINI, मस्वातिनी. स्वाजीलैंड्स न्यू नेम. यहाँ के राजा है स्वाति द 13th. Oh man, he has multiple wives and it has one of the highest HIV infection rates in the world. Very poor country, but the Raja lives in luxury, of course. Very tiny. You can see it has boundaries with South Africa and Mozambique. Okay? I don't want to give you the names of the leaders of these countries, but just to make you familiar with these places. Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, ये पूरा desert है. What is it called? The Kalahari Desert. Kalahari Desert. ये Angola, Namibia पूरा Kalahari Desert है. Okay? Botswana भी काफी deserted area. Okay? So guys, what are the capitals? Harare is the capital of Zimbabwe. Harare, capital of Zimbabwe. Harare, Zimbabwe. Kigali, Zambia के ऊपर एक देश है. Rwanda, RWANDA. 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 डोडोमा यहाँ पे ये जो देश है यहाँ पे ये रहा. टैंजानिया TANZANIA टैंजानिया. मपुटो ये मोजाम्बिक दिस कंट्री. मोजाम्बिक MOZAMP यहाँ पे लिखा है ना, IQUE मोजाम्बिक. इस देश के नाम में खासियत है कि आपको इंग्लिश के 5 वोवेल्स मिलेंगे आपको. इसे AOAIUE. I learned this in one of the school quizzes. And the flag of this country also has an AK-47. Okay. What's the capital of Zambia? Lusaka. L-U-S-A-K-A. Zambia, Lusaka. So that's it, my friends. Is there? Oh, that's about it. I think I was right. So I wanted to share a few things about the World Bank Group. I think we did today. That's what we did today. And we spent considerable amount of time there. And one of these sessions we'll look at the UN system also. And if you want me to discuss something extra, one particular topic like we discussed fiscal deficit, we could have 1 hour session on one of those things. Leave feedback with us. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much and stay curious, my friends.